Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my goodness, you know what? I am caught up on all of my packages, every single one of them. I have mailed out everything where somebody has contacted me. I have some things packaged up. They're over there. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Oh, yes, I haven't done the drawing yet. I have that on the universal yarn, the sparkle yarn. Yes, that is packaged. That is ready to go. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you might want to look back a couple days, just saying. So I do have that packaged and ready. I have not done the drawing on that because I just uploaded that video, and it is ready to go too. Well, one of the other things with packaging up all of my packages, I just sent out six very large. Well, everything I could fit in one of these. Okay, that's pretty cool. You know, some of them are a little bit more stuffed than others. They were stuffed. Okay, see this one says? It says birthday on it. It is packed up for my birthday video. Well, on my birthday video, which was in August, by the way, and I was very, very late on doing the drawing. I did the drawing, and both winners have contacted me. One winner has a physical prize. I drew two. I did draw two because I was so late, and I had two of the exact same thing that I was giving away, and that is one of those, it's in here so I can't show it to you, but it's one of those 5 packs of minis from Knit Picks. I think it's called Clown Car was the colors, very bright, very primary colors, beautiful. So it's 100 grams of yarn, but they're little 20-gram minis, and they all go well together, and it's a beautiful set. Well, I had 2 of them, so I sent that to the one winner, and the other winner was not in the United States. And I did compensate with another thing. But I would like to, it's packed and ready. I'm so proud of me. I am so proud of me. I would like to send this to somebody. United States only. I do apologize. I actually did with the winner and everything that was in another country. I did go through and I tried to look on Pirate Ship, and I also tried to look on just the US Post Office and how to do that. And they are getting into the weeds on what's the composition of the skein of yarn and everything else. And I'm like, it's a mystery. I don't know. Right. So it was very cumbersome. So definitely I'm not able to do that. I do apologize. But if you are in the United States and you would like to have a prepackaged mystery bag, I don't know what's in it. I packed up all those other ones, those 6 that went out. I packaged all those. I packaged this. It does have the minis in it. It does have wool. So if you are allergic, definitely please do not enter. It does have wool. The minis themselves have wool. I threw other things in there. Well, I have a lot of wool content things. I don't know what's in here. I don't know if it's all full skeins. There might be some partials that match a full skein, because you never know. You could use that extra little bit. You know what I'm getting at? But I don't know. I don't know. I just know that it has that one mini packet in there. So if you want to win the birthday thing, we can just do it again and say birthday, right? It's the birthday present. I mean, we're just going to extend my birthday all the way, September, what have you. I will go ahead and probably do the drawing on this around 30 September. You guys have to promise. You have to promise that if you're the winner, you'll contact me immediately, because postage goes up 5 October, and I don't want higher postage. You know, we don't want that. I threw extra things in the bag, so I don't have, you know, I'm offsetting, right? We're offsetting things. So that'll be that. I'm cleaning up my room some and going through and going, you know, that's really pretty, and I'm not going to use it. And I would show you what that is, but it was already ready and packed to go. And yeah, I do apologize. I am not able to send to other countries. Just the cost, unfortunately, is just too high. So if you would like this physical prize and you are in the United States, all 50, we're talking Alaska, we're talking Hawaii, you know, we're talking all of them. If you are part of the United States, there you go. And you know, that does bring me to another point. I was listening to Erin from Crafting Kitty. You hear me talk about her all the time. I know, I actually watch all of her videos. I don't comment on all of them, but I watch every single one of them. It's true, I really do. And I was watching her, and she was doing a giveaway, and she does her, a little bit differently, right? But she commented, and it made me think, APO addresses, that is the military. If you are stationed overseas as a military person, and it didn't even dawn on me, APO addresses for me as a sender, it's not like I'm sending it to Germany or whatever country you're in, it goes to, it takes a little longer. It goes to one of the drop-off points and everything in the US, and then it gets flown to the foreign country. So if you are watching me and you are somebody that has an APO address, I would definitely send that to you also if you are the winner, okay? I didn't even think about that, and which is crazy because I did do a few years in the military, just saying, and I did have to use APO addresses more than once. So it really didn't dawn on me. But there you go. There's another chance. You know, our men and women in the military, right? I mean, I know you knit and crochet. I did. I still did in the military. I didn't stop. Just because I wore green, you know, didn't mean I stopped. So that's another way that we can win and everything. And other giveaways, I do have, like I said, the sparkly stuff from Universal Yarn going on right now. And I have a special members giveaway too. So if you were interested, there you go. I have very few members. So really a high chance of winning that. Just wanted to throw that out there. And as I clean my room and know that that postage date is looming quickly, there's probably gonna be some more giveaways. Yeah, okay, there's gonna be some more giveaways. Do I know what yet? Not at all, not at all. But I'll come on and do other videos and hold up yarn going, did you guys want this? Because I don't think I want it anymore. I would like to have the room back so I can get some other things that I want. That's kind of it. And I think my motive is going to be whatever I can shove in one of these bags. And I do a pretty good job of stuffing things down. What I have found is you can't get as many of the worsted weight yarns in there. You know, if you try to do that, you don't get as many of those. But we know I like small yarns. There is that. Get a lot of quantity that way. But whatever I can stick in there, I did one of those packages I just sent out. It was 3 pounds. I got 3 pounds of yarn in one of those packages. It all depends on how big the yarn is to start with and how much I can squish it. There was one in particular that I almost did a vacuum seal on it. Not quite. I mean, this is a vacuum seal. If you want to see what vacuum sealed yarn looks like, this is a vacuum seal. This is a Ravenwood Fiber Company, a product of Nova Scotia, Canada. And that's why it was vacuum sealed like that. There you have it for shipping purposes. And I think that's hilarious. And I was supposed to open it immediately because evidently it's not really good for the yarn to leave like this, but I couldn't resist. It was too cute. That to me was hilarious. So this is it. I didn't do quite like that. I didn't get out the food processor and smash it down, but you can get a lot of yarn in there. I have done that with people before. I'm like, oh, I'm cleaning up. We're gonna do some things. It helps when I know they like smaller yarn. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't have the big yarn. I don't have the big yarn. I'm like, oh, I'll take your bulky. Oh, okay. I have like this. I have this. This is, speaking of bulky, this, and no, I'm not sharing. This, oh my gosh, that sounded terrible. I'm sorry, that sounded really bad. This I just got. This is the Karen Macchiato Cakes. And of course, a gorgeous, beautiful orange. I love my oranges. I mean, it's just true. And the color on this is Blazing Sunset. And they say this is a bulky number 5. And I voluntarily bought this with my very own money. And nobody twisted my arm. Nobody coerced me. Okay, my husband did kind of a little bit. Because I commented, I liked the yarn. I like the feel of the yarn. It's very soft. And Michael's prices of $12.99 for a cake of yarn, I don't know why, it just insults my brain. I am surrounded in a room of yarn, 100%. It's not that I don't spend money on yarn. Some of it's inexpensive yarn. I've got yarn at the dollar store and was quite happy with it. And some of it's very expensive yarn of like, I spent what? You know, I mean, I got some 100% mulberry silk. I'm just saying, I've got some beautiful stuff. But for some reason with Michael's, maybe it's because this big box store, the $12.99 really hurt my feelings. And my husband said, honey, you're being weird. That's a good price. You're being weird. So he kind of talked me into it. And then I ended up paying $8.38 for these because they had a sale, buy one, get one 50% off. So that marked it down 25% for all of them. So I got 4 of them. And then with being military, they marked it down. I'm surprised they let the coupon stack on it, but they did. I ended up paying $8.38 cake, and then I felt really weird that I was whining. Yeah. So I have these that are considered a bulky. That's my bulky collection. That's, look at that. That doesn't, I guess it could be, you know, like an Aran. I get It's a little bit bigger than the worsted weight, I do agree with, but you know, when I'm thinking bulky, I'm not thinking this. This is not. But it says to use size 10s. It does. And oh, I'm getting better. I cleared this shelf out a little bit. I got to clear some more out. And look, see, I go like this. I'm going to have those as my little decorations, right? I've got 4 of them. I'm with stuffed animals, and I'm going to have that in my little decorations, my cube. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out with the yarn situation and make it a little bit better and reorganizing and you know, I would like to see what I have. And by me doing that, I'm sharing, which is, like I said, what I said I would give away, there's more. And that's the same thing too. I have, I packed in for the Universe yarn, the sparkly stuff. I did pack more than what I showed on camera on that, which is really cool. And then for the members video, I have 2 of these that will be part of a kit plus a pattern. And I will stick those in one of these along with whatever else I can stick in there. It'll be full. It'll be full of something. I don't know what, but it'll have something in it. Yeah, it'll have something. I don't know. So I'm cleaning up. I think Erin has kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. She's doing yarn management Monday and she's pulling everything out on the cube. And I should really do that on camera because this one's bothering me, right? This thing. And I kind of cleaned this one up. I moved my crab over. I like my crab. See my crab? People had commented on the crab. This was a gift from Lori from the Armchair Chef. It was my crab. And the grandkids liked that. I had my grandson ask me, said, Nana, can I have that? No. And you know, I give them a lot of things because I'm grandma and that's what we do. It's in the bylaws. It's actually in the laws. If you're going to be a grandmother, that's just some of the things that you do. And I'm like, no, this one's mine. And until I, you know, get bored of it, this is mine, right? Or until I, you know, find something else and clear up my room, it's mine and I'm keeping it. But there's no crap. I love her. That's just adorable. So that's my fun stuff that I've got here. Oh, I cleared out my cotton, but then I ended up with this one still. This is the Sugars and Cream Scrubby. It's got the scrubby stuff built in with the regular cotton. I don't know. Ooh, I got it for $1.24. Yeah, I didn't buy a bunch of them, but I did buy some. I know a lot of people can't stand it, but I've used it. I've used some of it. I try to use a lot of my different yarns. Not really successful with all of them because, let's face it, sometimes it's just a lot faster and easier to collect yarn than it is to go through and use the yarn. But I'm doing pretty good. I am doing pretty good and enjoying this. And there's something, even though I'm not getting stuff done with touching all the yarn and moving it around, it's still pretty amazing because I'm touching the yarn, right? And I'm trying to figure out where it's going to go. One of the ones that I find is really humorous is, this is what Amanda from Tap Mama and the Beg Brigade calls it, are the floppies. That's where you have the 6-ounce yarn containers of like big twist value or the half-pound things or something along that line, and you started using it. And she calls them the floppies because especially if you're going from the inside out, they are a floppy, messed up thing, and they don't go back in the skein into the cubby or wherever they are, right? They are always a hot mess. And I have 2 cubes of them, and I tried to keep it to where I just had one skein of whatever color that's like that. But I did see when I cleared some other things around, yeah, I didn't do a very good job with that. So I've got all of these partials and pieces that are just a hot mess. And I thought, well, you know, I'll take the time and I'll grab my yarn winder and I'll wind them into cakes, which is good. But then you have them stacked in the cubicle too. And then do you see the stuff in the back? Not really. Because I mean, look how deep that is. Look at that. Look at that. That's a deep, those are deep. They hold a lot. So trying to get it to where they're usable, easy access, and not a hot mess. I'm not winning. I'm not winning. And then I also thought maybe I take those, but I think it'll be worse, is take all of those partials, bobs and bits, like the worsted weight ones like that are of a certain fiber, you know, keep them all together and put them in one of these bins, right? Get some more bins like that. And because I got the cubes, put it in the bin. And that way it'll be just a hot mess on the inside, but then out of sight, out of mind. And you know what that's going to be? It's going to be 5 skeins of the same color that I'm going to do the same thing to. So maybe that's not a good idea, but you can see where the thought's going, right? I'm coming up with different ideas. I know we talked about that where I've been to a yarn store before where they've organized all of their yarn and they did it by color, regardless of the fiber. That makes me twitch. That was the weirdest thing to be in that yarn store. Hey, and that they were the owners, they can do whatever they want. I get the idea if I were to do it by color with maybe by fiber or by yarn weight or something along that line, you know, going that route. Surprisingly, in this chaotic mess of my room, I did have a good feel of where everything was. It wasn't like, here's, you know, lace all the way to bulky, because I did have a few things of bulky that I don't have any longer, right? It's not 100% like that, but I do know where I've got a whole strip, like one of these cube things. It's a different shelving system, but it's like a whole cube like that of the lace weight yarn. Doesn't get a lot of love. And then, because I don't do as much lace as I used to. And then I've got that with sock yarn, a whole row of it with just sock yarns. And then I've got multiple with, obviously, the hanked yarns, because that is my, oh my gosh, that is my kryptonite. The hanked yarns, especially the finger weight, is my kryptonite. Or other ones that get me, and you know this, is like this up here. Oh, here goes the pictures. Okay, we lost it. Okay, we got a mess. Here goes my pictures. Like this, those colors, those bold, bright, and having the mustard in there, yeah, it gets me every time. You know, that right there, those get me. The vibrant, because I can see this as color work, and with a white hat with this color and everything, and a nice colorful design. Oh my gosh, it's just drool worthy. So these types of things with the saturated, that's the word I was looking for, saturated, the bold, bright, saturated, rich colors, just the royal. They look royal, like only royalty would have that. Those get me every time. And with the hank yarns, they're generally one of a kind. Even if you're going with a dye or a commercial or something, there's going to be some variances and some differences. So if one of them strikes you, like, oh, but it's calling to me, I'm rescuing it. I'm rescuing it from its situation. And evidently I've rescued a lot. So in that nature, it's time to, I've rescued them and gave them a good life. Now it's time to let them go out into the world on their own, which is why we've got the birthday thing. Yes, circling back to the birthday. We're just going to keep it as birthday, and we're just going to extend my birthday till September, and you guys get something. That sounds fun. So just type birthday. You can put it in a sentence, you can do whatever, you can just type birthday, it doesn't matter. And that way you can chat with me and I can chat with you also. If you're not interested in winning whatever's in that bag, that mystery bag of yarn, it's all yarn. It does have animal fibers, but it is all yarn. If you're not interested in winning, you can still chat with me and you don't have to worry about me pulling your name. So there you go. Just put birthday if you're interested. It has to be for winning. It has to be in the United States. I do apologize for that. Over 18 YouTube rules. I bought and paid for this all by myself. All the YouTube thingies. YouTube says you don't have to subscribe to qualify, which you don't, but I would love it if you did. Like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. But it is your choice. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.